Martinsville has a long history in NASCAR dating back to 1949. To cover all of the short track tempers in its 70-year history and over 200 NASCAR races would be impossible, so we're going to look at the greatest controversies and confrontations in the last decade or so. Right before the video starts, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button as we're just a couple thousand subscribers away from 50,000, and any help getting me there would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you enjoy, make sure you leave a like and a comment down below. Anyways, let's get right into the video.
Harvick leading. Harvick still stays in front. Harvick up about a half a line. Around goes Harvick. Around goes Ty Dillon. And Matt Crafton's able to get through.
Chase Elliott gets right in the side of Kevin Harvick.
A lot of damage to the 88. The front of that 88 has a lot of damage to the left front. It's rubbing on that left front tire. So Matt Crafton's going to have to come to pit road now.
The 2013 Kroger 200 was a crazy race in which Bubba Wallace captured his first career win. However, the on-track sparring match between Kevin Harvick and Austin Dillon took place with just 12 laps to go. Dillon threw a few punches with his car, but could not turn Harvick around. They were battling for second place, and Dillon was just about to turn Harvick around, and with some help from Matt Crafton, finished him off. It was interesting because they weren't teammates in this race, but Harvick was currently racing for RCR in the Cup Series and would leave at the end of the season.
Kevin Harvick, interesting incident. What happened?
Three just dumped me. Exactly the reason why I'm leaving RCR, because you got those kids coming up and they got no respect for what they do in this sport, and they've had everything fed to them with a spoon. So,
on this pit road skirmish, you can see a sledgehammer being thrown at Harvick.
Try to talk with, voice their displeasure with the 14 of Kevin Harvick. That's the 3 team that was out there.
This is the most recent clip on the list and one that should be fresh in everyone's minds. Bowman rattled Hamlin's cage just a little too much and turned him around for the lead with just 7 laps to go. This was a very popular move with the Martinsville fans, who definitely hate Hamlin because of an incident we'll get into in just a moment.
This is going to get interesting.
Oh boy.
Denny Hamlin infamously interrupted Bowman's celebration in dramatic fashion. Bowman explained himself, saying he got loose into the corner and slid up the track, but Hamlin at the time was understandably frustrated.
Take on the contact down there.
He's just a hack. He's just an absolute hack. He gets his ass kicked by his teammates every week. It's just, he's fucking terrible. He's just terrible.
A restart with just 3 laps to go was surely going to create disaster, especially with drivers trying to punch their way into the championship race.
To go. The bumper to the back of the 24. Elliott goes around. Hamlin takes the lead and the caution comes out.
Hamlin tried to bump Chase Elliott, but it sent him around. However, Hamlin wouldn't go on to win the race, and Kyle Busch would take the checkered flag with a junkyard behind him.
Big wreck on the front stretch.
Chase Elliott obviously was not very happy about this after leading over 100 laps and dominating in the last half of the race. Also, to put this more into perspective, Chase Elliott at this point had never won a NASCAR Cup Series race, making this even more frustrating for him and the fans watching.
Having a difference.
You can hear the crowd.
Now, of course, we are going to visit the Joey Logano and Matt Kenseth situation. For context, 2 weeks prior, Logano spun Kenseth for the lead with just 5 laps to go at Kansas en route to a win.
Kansas slides! Caution comes out! The 22 was all over the back bumper of the 20 as they entered turn 1.
2 in the 22 drives in, catches him in the left rear quarter panel, spins the 20 out. Matt Kenseth with a great save to stay off the wall.
In the Martinsville race, Kenseth was aggressively raced by his teammate Keselowski, causing him to wreck, and Matt Kenseth just had enough.
The 20 and the 2 make contact. It's on from there.
Yeah, and the 41, it really has nowhere to go. They spin and catch the 41. He makes heavy contact.
And Kenseth Cleared by Logano, maybe no. Kenseth takes him out. Logano into the wall.
Now, Kenseth claimed in a post-race interview that in a bizarre coincidence, his tire just let go right in front of leader Joey Logano. No, he took out Logano and was parked for the rest of the race and was suspended for 2 more races. However, Kenseth's master plan worked, and Logano didn't win the championship, whether that be because of his on-track performance, this wreck, or rattling with his mind just a little bit. Eric Jones, the driver who would steal his seat just 2 seasons later, would sub in for Kenseth's 2 suspended races. Truex had been working on Joey Logano for dozens of laps, trying to get around him cleanly. And with just 2 laps to go, he would do that, passing him very respectfully and cleanly. However, just the next lap on the final one, Logano moved Martin Truex Jr. out of the way to win the race.
No, Logano on the inside, a drag race, they're sideways, and it's going to be Logano getting the win.
Although there was no fight, there was obviously a lot of controversy from this. Truex had been super fair to Logano, so in most fans' eyes, it did not give Logano the right to bump Truex for the win.
He may win the battle, but he ain't win the damn war.
That's it?
That's it.
So he's not going to get there. He's not going to win the championship.
He ain't.
How do you retaliate?
I'm just not going to let him win it. I'm going to win it.
Truex's post-race interview didn't age well, as Joey Logano would go on to win his first and only Cup Series championship to date. To add insult to injury, Truex would finish right behind him and lose out to his 2nd straight championship. David Rudiman brought out a late caution during the 2012 Goodies Fast Pain Relief 500. Johnson and Gordon stayed out on old tires while the rest of the field came down pit road.
But he gave Boyer a shot getting down to the turn line. There goes Newman. Newman's going to take the lead. That's exactly what I knew would happen.
That was not pretty.
Boyer made an ambitious move into turn 1 on the restart and took out Johnson, and with no regard to Boyer, Gordon took him out. There was not much anger brought out after this incident, as all parties involved more or less chalked it up to racing and a bad situation. Weirdly enough, this happened during practice. Biffle hit Harvick into turn 1, and Harvick retaliated in the middle of 1 and 2 until they came to a complete stop on the backstretch during green flag conditions.
He didn't like that at all. These guys are having words. I wish that tent wasn't there.
Yeah, I think we got a problem.
Get it in there, get it in there.
Yeah. Okay. That is just a glimpse of what we will probably see this weekend on the short track. Tempers do fly.
This scuffle was dangerously brought into the garage area, with them making contact with a ton of people around them, and then they would eventually go on to exchange words.
Pulling in, and Kevin Harvick was pulling in, and here we see Greg Biffle now walking up to Kevin Harvick, the 29 crew members. Kevin Harvick has now walked up to Biffle. Crew members have centered around them. NASCAR officials now trying to break up the fight. You see Greg Biffle having words with Kevin Harvick. It's very loud down here, but he got into his ear. Everybody's pointing fingers.
Greg Gaulding took out Joe Graf Jr., and it ended up in a fight.
To go, the door might be open here for pit stops. Here's what happened to bring out the yellow flag. Yes, it's starting to get a little more aggressive. 2 for
Gaulding intentionally wrecked Joe Graf Jr. and unintentionally collected Blaine Perkins. Gaulding said on Sirius XM radio that Graf had been dooring him and racing like an idiot all day, and he was tired of it, and decided to take matters into his own hands. Anyways guys, that is it for this video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Anyways guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.